Good morning. This is David Wane at American Independent Marketing. We are going to be starting at the top of the hour for this. I wanted to get on just to let people know that we are on. You should be able to see our screens, but we're going to start at the top of the hour, which is in a couple of minutes. So please hang in there. Thanks. Okay, well, it's 9 o'clock on my computer, so we're going to get started this morning. Again, good morning. It's David Wane at American Independent Marketing, and we're pretty excited this morning to bring this webinar to you. It's something that's been long coming, and we are excited to have tools like this to help you generate more sales. And just want to give you a little bit of history of why and where we're at today so that you have this and understand why this is happening and where we're going from here. Before I do that, just quickly note that you've been put on a mute status just so that we don't get interrupted with outside noises. We will try, if we don't go too long, to open up the phones at the end and try to answer questions. But you do have the ability to ask questions on the right hand of the screen there that we will try to get answered for you. With that being said, in January, a little bit of history here is that American Independent Marketing was acquired by a very large organization called Integrity Marketing. We're excited for the new acquisition for American Independent Marketing because it's going to open up a whole lot of resources. And this is really our first part of the resources that are going to open it up. With Integrity Marketing acquiring AIM, they've acquired some other organizations too that bring strength where we don't have it. And this one with Integrity is the life side of it, the final expense. They're one of the largest companies in the country serving life products to agents all over the country. And they have this tool that we didn't have access to that now that we're a part of the Integrity Marketing, we now have access to provide to you. So I have asked for a special guest, the Vice President of Marketing at Integrity Marketing for Life Sales, Alan Pauley, on this to go through this program with you so that you have a better understanding. Please let me know if there's more information you need or have questions on it, and we'll get those. So with that being said, Alan, I'd like to bring you on and get this program started.
Okay, sounds good, David. Thank you very much. And really, thank you very much for being here. I know your time is very valuable. Hopefully, we're going to give you some great tools. We really appreciate David really being part of the team. And I'm really excited about this because as David and I were even talking prior to this webinar about Legacy Safeguard and Final Expense, it really does sound like it fits what you all do on a day-to-day basis. And I say that because a little of my history, before I became the vice president here of Integrity Marketing Group and Legacy Safeguard, I actually was a user of Legacy Safeguard prior to me coming to work for them. I was a marketing vice president for a large organization that had national presence of agents across the country And we specialized in Medicare, Medicare Advantage, and other senior products. And what happened was, Brian Adams, my CEO I currently work for, came down and introduced this program to our agents. Here's what happened to our final expense sales, because we were selling final expense, but really doing it more by accident than on purpose. And what happened was our final expense sales increased by over 300% before the end of the year with agents just like yourself. And not only was this a unique situation, but the people I worked for decided they were going to retire, sold their business, and I moved my family back up to South Carolina. Another marketing vice president for a very large IMO, Brian, came in and did the same thing, trained our agents on this program that I'm going to introduce you to today called Legacy Safeguard, and our final expense sales there increased 299%. That's why I'm so excited about this opportunity, because it really is going to fit with what you all do on a day-to-day basis. So I appreciate you being here. David, I appreciate the opportunity. And so we're going to jump right into this. We're going to talk about the training, because not only am I going to talk about a product, I'm going to give you some tools and resources to help you do what you do on a day-to-day basis and be successful offering a value-added benefit called Legacy Safeguard to your clients and selling final expense. We're going to give you everything. You don't have to reinvent anything. And of course, we're going to talk about the process, but you all know this, and I won't spend a lot of time on it. 10,000 people turning 65 every day, but this number stands out to me especially. Already, right now, over 100 million people between the ages of 50 and 80. Here's what else you need to know. Over the last 5 years in this country, life insurance sales have decreased, but final expense sales over that same 5-year period are on the increase. So the clients you're seeing in the senior market, they're buying final expense. They're just buying it from somebody else if you're not offering it to them. And so today, we're going to give you the tools on how to be able to offer it effectively to your clients. And out of all of those people over the age of 50, 8 out of 10 of them say they need basic insurance, but they don't know who their agent is. So we're really going to help you set this tone for your clients, because adding final expense can have a significant impact on your business. Because if you sold 2 policies a week, in addition to what you're doing already in the senior market, you will increase your income by over $50,000. You want to give yourself a raise this year? Add final expense to what you do. Your clients are buying it. It's time they start buying it from you. And so with people you're seeing out there, the Medicare clients, the senior market clients, they need your help. Only talking to them about their health insurance no longer is enough. And so we wrote a book called The Postseason Game Plan. We call it a Medicare Agent's Guide to Successfully Advance Through the Medicare Season into the Postseason. And essentially what this is saying is, if you have clients in the senior market that you've talked to about long-term care, home health care, maybe hospital indemnity plans, cancer plans, but you've never talked to them about final expense, this gives you a step-by-step process on how to go back and see your existing clients using the Legacy Safeguard program that I'm going to introduce you to today, and offer your clients final expense. If you need a copy of this book, get with David, and David can get with me, and we can get you a copy of this book. And it's really a great tool for you to go back and see your clients on. And so the important part about going back to see your clients, people that have already trusted you. LIMRA says 78% of life insurance shoppers with a previous relationship with their agent, which means they bought something from you, bought life insurance when their agent presented it to them. That's 7 out of 10 people that already trusted you for other insurance. If you go back and see them about life insurance, 7 out of 10 will buy it from you. We're going to show you how to give them a value-added benefit and offer them the solution to take care of their final expenses. And so we've teamed up with a great company, Mutual of Omaha. They're, of course, A-rated, which is significant, especially this day and age in the marketplace, because the baby boomer generation we're about 4, maybe 5 years into that wave of the baby boomer generation. There's another 20, 25 years left of that generation, and then even the generation behind that's even larger. But why that's so significant about teaming up with United of Omaha is because with Mutual of Omaha, most of those baby boomers, if not all of them, grew up watching Wild Kingdom. Wild Kingdom was always sponsored by Mutual of Omaha, and so the baby boomers put a high value on this company name. It's a company they're comfortable with doing business with, and now as an agent, you can offer their final expense product to a company your clients trust. And so they have a great final expense product. It really has a quick issue. They really want to make it easy for you to do business with them. They provide you a possibility of doing a paper application. They have an e-application, and they have a point of sale interview. All of those are different options for you as an agent to do business with, whatever you're comfortable with and whatever your clients are comfortable with. They want to make it as easy as possible for you as an agent to do business with their company. And they have a great product. It's called Living Promise. Now, just so you know, when you talk about getting contracted and offering the Living Promise product, I have to specify this because what happened was when we helped United of Omaha develop this final expense product, they also have agents, and many of you might be in that category, that are contracted to sell their Medicare supplement or maybe some of their other products. That's okay. That does not give you access to the Living Promise product. You can keep that hierarchy and all that intact because United of Omaha siloed this product. So just make sure you get with David and his team to make sure you're contracted to sell the Living Promise United of Omaha contract. It's just a matter of you adding it to what you do with Mutual of Omaha, but it is a special distinction they make in contracting. So just make sure you have that. But they have a great final expense product. Level benefits are 45 to 85 issue ages. The minimum face amount is $2,000. Maximum is $40,000. They have a graded benefit of 45 to 80. $2,000 is minimum for that, and the $20,000 is the maximum. And out of all the applications that come into the United of Omaha, over 92% of them are issued at the level benefit. And so they have a great opportunity for you to add final expense to your clients. And it's an easy application that you'll be able to determine whether they're going to qualify for level or graded. They also have 2 great riders available, the accelerated death benefit for terminal illness or nursing home confinement, and they also have an accidental death benefit rider as well. Then they have a great tool here that I want to make sure you're aware of. It's the Living Promise postcard. Now, you as an active agent with Mutual of Omaha or United of Omaha, you can order this card. They'll print it up just like you see it on the screen. As you see the red circle, they'll personalize it with your name and any contact information you want. You can choose what ages you want to show on this card, and then across the top, you can choose what face amounts that you want to show to your client. Then United of Omaha will plug in the premiums for each of those age groups for those face amounts. They'll print this card up for you, 5,000 of them every 6 months at no cost. They'll ship it to you, and then all you have to do is put a label and a stamp on it and send it out to your clients. It's a great door opener for clients that already know who you are, and you can open that discussion with them about final expense. A very cost-effective way for you to get a postcard to mail out to your clients that already know who you are. So again, this is 5,000 of them every 6 months at no cost to you. Then they also have all kinds of other marketing materials as you as an agent. They have pre-approach letters. They have a Make-A-Wish record keeping. All of those can be personalized for you with United of Omaha. And all you have to do is you can go out to their website. They call it the Agent Spa or the Agent Portal, or call them, 1-800-693-6083, and they will walk you through the process of ordering those cards, and then you can begin mailing those out to your clients. Now, I will caution you, when you mail those cards, you still have to follow up with a phone call, so don't mail too many in advance that you can't call them back in a reasonable time. I had an agent tell me that this process didn't work when I asked him how he was using these cards, and he said he mailed like 1,000 of them all at one time. Well, by the time he got to the middle of all those that he mailed to call up, they didn't even remember getting the card. So make sure you just mail them in a manner in which you can follow up reasonably to set that appointment. And then we really want to talk about the game changer. That's what this webinar is all about today, is talking about the life-changing, really the game-changing process called Legacy Safeguard, because for final expense, Legacy Safeguard does change the game for you as an agent, because it's going to provide you a marketing system where you don't have to reinvent the wheel. We're going to give you a value-added benefit you can offer your clients. It is a legacy planning service and truly a turnkey marketing system for you as an agent, because Legacy Safeguard will help you set more appointments, you will make more presentations, and you will close more sales using this Legacy Safeguard program. And you heard my personal stories. Before I knew I was going to come work for Legacy Safeguard, it increased our final expense sales dramatically. Well, agents that have used this over the years increased their sales by over 1,000%. Agents just like yourself. And so that's why I'm so excited to be able to present this to you today, because this program really does work. It's a program that really offers value to everyone. For your clients, it's a comprehensive legacy planning, end-of-life planning service to help your clients leave a lasting legacy. See, everybody wants to leave a lasting legacy. They just don't know how to do it. And now with Legacy Safeguard, you're going to be able to show your clients at no cost to them how to leave a lasting legacy and be long remembered after they're gone. And for you as an agent, it really is a turnkey sales and marketing system that is proven to increase sales, persistency, and face amounts. Well, it all begins with the Legacy Safeguard membership benefits you can offer your client. It's a legacy plan and end-of-life planning guidance and assistance that helps your clients be able to leave that lasting legacy. It's legacy planning services, end-of-life planning guidance and assistance, support for survivors, estate planning support, celebrating life events. Now, what does all that mean? Let me just give you a quick overview of these benefits. The Legacy Planning Service is a one-of-a-kind legacy planning software program that helps your clients share with their loved ones any kind of historical information, maybe lessons they've learned in life, family values, could be special family events. It might be asset information where they have assets, locations of assets, and anything that they would like to leave as part of their legacy. They can begin using the Legacy Planning Services. Then we also have end-of-life planning guidance and assistance. We have advisors on call at Legacy Safeguard 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. We can help a family member plan a memorial service. We can help them locate a funeral home if it's in part of the country they're not familiar with. We can help them as they're planning that memorial service, how the payment of those services are going to happen. Because one thing we do know is those funeral directors are not going to render any services unless they know how they're getting paid. And then we also have support for survivors. We have bereavement travel assistance that when our advisors get involved, we will do any kind of investigation to see if there's any kind of bereavement travel assistance. If they have a family member that needs to fly across the country, we'll offer those services to the family as well. There's grief counseling support. We have a whole network of counselors throughout the country that will direct a counselor to a family member if that is necessary. We also have estate planning support. We can locate an estate planning attorney in the area. The clients get a free living will with this membership, and they get discounts on estate planning documents such as last will and testaments, power of attorneys, or other estate documents as well. And then we also have what we call celebrating life events. We wanted to make sure that the people didn't have to pass away just to use these benefits, that they would be able to celebrate life today. And so they get a 20% discount from any FTD florist in their area for any kind of gift baskets, flowers, any kind of wine baskets, anything an FTD florist offers, they get a 20% discount. You also get a Walmart prescription drug card that really can offer significant savings to your clients at no cost. And so they get a Walmart prescription drug card. And just to give you a quick story on that is we had a person in our office that we wanted to test this when it first happened. And our office is in Dallas, Texas. There was a guy that grew up in West Texas, has allergies. gets a shot every month on for his allergies. Cost him $175 a month. He went to Walmart with this Walmart prescription drug card and his prescription, and just so you know, the price of it went down from $175 to $75 a month. So it really can offer significant savings to your clients. And then we also have a free family legacy DVD. Now that's our most popular item, that once your clients become a member of Legacy Safeguard, they can send us up to 40 pictures. We'll put them on a DVD, professionally done with music, that they can play at whatever event they would like. And we've done them for memorial services, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, retirement parties, you name it, we'll do a DVD for it. Now, for you as an agent, what's significant about that is at the end of the DVD, we're always going to put your name and your phone number. So whoever is viewing that will see you are the agent that provided it to the client. So it's some great name recognition for you as an agent. And so as an agent, we want you to be able to offer those benefits to your client at no cost to your client, and then offer them final expense. And so we provide you a turnkey marketing system we call Legacy Safeguard that provides you letters, brochures, direct mail lead programs, newspaper inserts. We have group seminars available as well, leave behind cards, presentations available. Everything that you're going to see today is available for you as an agent out on Legacy Safeguard University. We have online training, videos, marketing guides, client marketing pieces, pre-approach letters, and much, much more, all available for you on this university. Now, it's important for you to know, to have access to all this material, you have to get contracted with David and his team for United of Omaha Living Promise. Go out to this university, register. In order to register, it's going to require that you have that United of Omaha agent number. Put it in there. It's going to take about 24 hours. Our system is going to validate that your agent number is active, and once it is validated, you'll get an email back from us, and then you'll have access to all of this material. See, this is an exclusive turnkey marketing system. Not every agent has access to this. You have access to it because you partner with David and his team, and so we need to make sure that you have access to that, and you'll realize how powerful this program really is once you begin using the tools that I'm going to introduce you to here in a minute. Once you register, we're going to automatically send you a fast start kit at no cost to you. We will, just for registering the first time, we're going to send you a kit that it has a worksheet in it, has a client brochure, has a member sponsorship form on how to get referrals, a comprehensive marketing guide, enrollment form, and a client DVD. All of that's going to be in the kit at no cost to you, and we'll send it to you. And then if you need additional supplies, I'll show you at the end of this webinar where you can order supplies, and you can order additional supplies at your leisure. One of the most important pieces out of this is the comprehensive marketing guide. This is a book we wrote that will provide you as an agent innovative strategies on how to be successful offering Legacy Safeguard and final expense to your clients. We're going to give you call guides on how to be effective setting appointments. We're going to give you the actual verbiage on the presentation you're going to see today on Legacy Safeguard, how to estimate final expenses, how to overcome objections, how to get referrals. All of that's available in this comprehensive marketing guide. But we also have it in a training video. So if you'd rather not watch it, and you'd rather, or I'm sorry, not read it, but would rather watch it, go out to our Legacy Safeguard University, and you can watch the training video in its entirety. And then we're really excited about this because this is a new item for us. As an agent, I'm going to walk you through how this program works when you're in front of a client today using our tools that we're going to give you in that Agent's Fast Start Kit. But that presentation can be downloaded on a tablet, or as you see the back image, you can print it off. And just so you know, we sent the PDF to an Office Depot here in Dallas, Texas, and they printed what you see here on the screen, and they had that folder presentation on their shelf, and the whole thing costs 15 bucks. So it's very cost effective for you as an agent. So either one you're comfortable with, it'll walk you through the presentation you're going to hear today, and it's a great visual for your client, but it's also a great tool for you as an agent to make sure you don't miss any steps and that you do address all the needs of your client while you're there. And so that's a high overview of the Legacy program, but here's what I'm going to show you right now. how this program works when you're in front of a client. And so the first part of this presentation is what we call the warm-up. Now, this is a small part of why you're at a client's home, but it's a significant part because this is a relationship business. And you might be there at the client's home with the best product. You might even have the product with the best price. But at the end of the day, if these people don't like you, they're not buying from you. And so it's important for you to build that rapport with your clients in the warm-up phase of your presentation. And so when you get to the client's home, ask for a glass of water or a cup of coffee. They'll be more than glad to get that for you. As they're getting that, ask them to sit at the kitchen table. Many decisions that people make happen at the kitchen table. They're comfortable sitting around the kitchen table. And as you make your way to the kitchen table, make some small talk. Look around their home. Do they have pictures of their family, their grandchildren? Get them talking about their family. The important part about the small talk is it has to be about them. It can't be about us. So they don't care about us. They care about their loved ones, and they care about their family. And so get them talking about their family because it'll help you introduce Legacy Safeguard later on. And then when you get to the kitchen table, pull out the Legacy Client Brochure. Now, our most effective agents use this brochure on every single appointment because when you open it up, on the left side, it has the Legacy Safeguard membership benefits. So you heard me go through those benefits, but you don't need to memorize that. Just pull this brochure out and you can read it right off the brochure. It's a great visual for your clients to understand why they should be a member of Legacy Safeguard. And then on the right side of this brochure, it talks about final expense. And so we recommend that you always fold it in half so they're not reading ahead of you, and show them the page with the Legacy Safeguard membership benefits. And then we also have a client presentation DVD. Now this DVD can be downloaded on your tablet, or if you have a place to play it, it's very effective and goes right along with this brochure because it gives your clients member testimonials of people that have used Legacy Safeguard, describes the benefits in even greater detail than I did. It's only about 3.5 minutes long, but it's really effective and goes right along with this brochure for your clients to understand why they should be a member of Legacy Safeguard. Excuse me. And then we also provide you in your kit an enrollment form. We want you to be able to enroll and put your client's information at the top, put your agent information at the bottom with your agent number, and our fax number is at the bottom. Turn around, fax to us, and then we will then turn around and mail those kits out to your clients. And as an agent, I would recommend that you sign up for this as well because these membership benefits are free to you, and it'll just help you be more effective when you meet with future clients about being a member of Legacy Safeguard. Now, we want you to be able to enroll these people. It costs your clients nothing, but if that's all you do, you haven't made any money and you haven't addressed the needs of your client regarding final expense. So we want you to be able to transition that into a final expense presentation. So once you've enrolled them into the Legacy Safeguard program, we want you to transition into this discussion, and this is how it works. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, we believe part of leaving a lasting legacy is protecting your family from the unexpected cost and the burden of your final expenses. We want you to make that statement, reach over to that brochure and flip it over because that's going to begin the discussion with your clients on final expenses. Because see, if you're talking to someone 65 years or older, chances are almost 100% that they plan for a funeral for somebody. Because think about it, if they're 65 today, let's say their parents were 30 when they're born. That means their parents would be 95 today. That's possible, but the life expectancy in this country is 78.1. So chances are they plan for a funeral for their parents, their spouse's parents, maybe even a sibling. And we also know only about 15% of Americans pre-plan the funeral. So those burden of making those last decisions many times fell on your client. They know what that feels like. They know they don't want to leave that as part of their legacy. That's why it's so important for you to talk to your clients about it. And as we said earlier, 7 out of 10 will buy it from you if you make this presentation. And so using this and talking to them about final expense is huge because they're thinking about it. It's time they start buying it from you. And so once you flip that brochure over, ask them a couple of questions. Have they ever had to plan for a funeral? Let them tell you their story. Ask them if they know how much it costs, because what's going to happen is you're going to find out they know exactly how much it costs. And they may say, well, you know, that was about $7,000. Wow, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, $7,000 is a lot of money to come up with all at one time. How long ago was that? You need to ask them that, because in their minds, many times, they're thinking all they need is $7,000. When you ask them how long ago it was, all of a sudden they're saying, well, now that you ask, Alan, that was like 8 years ago. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm sure that was a beautiful memorial service that you had 8 years ago. But if it cost $7,000 8 years ago, how much do you think that memorial service would cost today? And then you remain silent. Do not speak. Let them make that leap from $7,000 to whatever they feel the price is. And whatever they give you, it's okay, because it's going to help set the tone for you on how to estimate final expenses for your client. And to help you do that, we provide you a finalexpenseestimator.com. It's a program. You can go out and help the clients decide what their funeral expenses are, what their family expenses are, and what their total final expenses are, because those are three categories that are important when you talk about final expenses with your clients. The family expenses are many times overlooked. People think about the funeral home, the cemetery costs, but the family expenses are overlooked because they don't think about that. Even though someone passes, there are expenses that come due: rent, mortgage, credit card debt, hospital bills, doctor bills. I want to make sure you include that. And so we also provide you a way to personalize this plan for your client. So in your kit you're going to get from us, we're going to provide you a worksheet that helps you walk through with your client what these expenses would be in that finalexpenseestimator.com. No matter what part of the country you're from, you can use that, because we surveyed over 15,000 funeral homes across the country, and you can get pertinent information for your clients on their funeral and their family expenses. And so as you walk through this with your client, there are a couple things that are important for you as an agent. First of all, the numbers that you come up with here at the end, excuse me, have to be your client's numbers. They can't be yours. If it's yours, it won't be personal to the client. The other thing that's going to be important is you find out exactly how old your clients are, because when you get to the end of this, you're going to find out what the estimated funeral expenses are, what their family expenses are, and what their total final expenses are. And if you see the example today, the funeral expenses are $10,640, the family expenses are $6,000, and their total final expenses is, adding those two together, equaling $16,640. Each of those are going to represent a face amount. And so you want to be able to plug in what the monthly premium would be for each of these at your client's age. And we call that the 3-option close. See, everybody likes options. Your clients are no different. Providing them options on whether they want to cover their family expenses, their funeral expenses, or their total final expenses is going to be totally up to them, but you're giving them options. Now, as an agent, no matter which one they choose, you just increased your client's coverage for final expenses, and you're walking out of there with a sale. You're growing your business. Now, here's what happens many times during this, and I'll tell you how this 3-option close works. As you walk through this with your client, you get to this point, you say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, as we walk through these final expenses for you, we see the family expenses are $6,000, the funeral expenses are $10,640, and your total final expenses are $16,640. In order to make sure the burden of these final expenses are taken care of and not left to your loved ones, which one of these best meets your budget? When you make that statement, you put your pen down, you sit back in your chair, and you remain silent. Do not speak. My managers always told me the first one speaks loses. You decide, let your clients decide which one of these they can afford, because these are their numbers. They're trying now to say, okay, which one of these on a monthly basis can I afford? Okay, here's what happens many times after you make that statement. First of all, they gave you a figure when you asked them about that funeral that they planned for was $7,000. When you ask them what a current price would be, they may have given you a figure of $10,000 or $11,000. and all of a sudden they see 16,000, they get a little sticker shock. First of all, when they go there and ask you, Alan, where'd you come up with this $16,000? You want to welcome that question, but then you go back to this worksheet and you say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is what we worked through this worksheet. These are your numbers. These are not my numbers. Are these numbers not correct? And again, you remain silent. Let them mull that over. Are these numbers right? If they agree that they're right, this plan just got personal to your client, and ask them again, now which one of these best meets your budget? Or if they say, well, I think those funeral expenses are just a little high. Okay, it's their plan. Let them change it. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, what number do you think should be there? And let them tell you. When they tell you that number, change it. Go back to this 3-option close, change it here, because again, it just got personal to them. And then ask them again, once you make the change, which one of these best meets your budget now? If you want to close more sales, use the Legacy Safeguard program and this 3-option close. Now, the other thing that happens is they'll say, well, I'd really like to take care of my total final expenses, but I can't afford $66 a month. I could afford $50 a month. Well, rather than have to reinvent and pull out a rate sheet and say, okay, at their age, at $50 a month per 1,000, we've actually made it very easy for you out on your smartphone. It's at www.ratecal.com. You put in $50 a month, put the client's age in, and it'll instantaneously tell you how much they qualify for final expense. And if they made the statement, well, I could afford $50 a month, they're telling you they're buying at $50 a month. They just need you to tell them how much they qualify for. This will help you look even more professional than you already do. It helps the whole flow of the presentation. Pull that application out and begin the assumptive close and start filling that out. You want to close more sales? Use the Legacy Safeguard program. It really does work. And then when you close a sale, you're not done. We want you to continue to build your business. And so that presentation that I just walked through is what's on this flip chart. You can download it on your tablet or laptop or print it off however you want. It's all available out on our Legacy Safeguard University. But we want you to continue to build this business with your clients and with the people they know. And so we have a very effective referral program. We wrote a book called A Guide to Earning Referrals and Building a Thriving Business to help you expand your marketing costs and increase your marketing efforts and keep down your marketing costs. But when you talk about referrals, there are 3 reasons why agents don't get referrals. The first one is agents don't ask. I got to tell you, I was guilty of that. I was an agent up in Illinois selling Medicare supplements. I went from house to house, lead card to lead card. I had a stack of lead cards I would work. I never asked for referrals. In our business, the answer is always no if you don't ask. I'm going to show you how to ask effectively here in a minute. They also have, they're concerned about confidentiality. You just learned some very personal information about them. They're not going to be so willing to give you their neighbor's name, their brother, their sister, their best friend. They need to know from you that you would keep that information confidential. You would never share it without their permission. And then the other reason people don't give you referrals is because they don't know how you're going to handle the referral. How are you going to approach these people? Go over that process with them. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is it okay if I called them? Is it okay if I went there to the house and knocked on their door? Do you want to introduce me to these people? If you address these 3 concerns right up front, get them comfortable with how this process works, you will earn more referrals than you can ever imagine. And here's how it goes. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, we believe part of leaving a lasting legacy is helping others leave one too. And now that you're a member of Legacy Safeguard, you can sponsor up to 6 people to receive the same free Legacy Safeguard membership benefits that you just received. Who might you know that would like to leave a lasting legacy? And you might have to prompt them on people they know, but if you've addressed those 3 concerns, especially if you're talking to a husband and wife, most of the time they'll say, is 6 all I can give you? Absolutely. Mr. and Miss Jones, I can make an exception. I'll write them on the back. You'll take as many referrals as you can imagine. This program really does work. And just to give you an idea how effective it works, I was in Raleigh, North Carolina doing a training, had 70 agents in the room, asked the agents there who here are good at getting referrals. Had a guy that was in the back of the room, I'd never met him before, raised his hand. I called on him. I said, how many referrals you get in a week? He says, well, I get about 4 or 5. I said, that's pretty good. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to use this referral program. We're going to train on it this afternoon. When you get back to work next week, use it exclusively. And at the end of the week, if you don't get any more than 4 or 5 referrals, then just go back and do what you're doing. He said, okay, I'm up for that. So that's what he did. The following Thursday, this guy calls me. He's ecstatic. He's ecstatic because he got 37 referrals using this program the first week. Now, when he called me, I kind of gave him a hard time. I didn't know him, and I kind of chuckled a little bit. I said, man, you got 37 referrals, but it's only Thursday. You could have got more if you'd have worked Friday and Saturday. He laughed a little bit, and he said, Alan, I've been in this business a long time. I've never gotten 37 referrals in 1 week ever. He said, I had to call you. So that's good. We got to track them, though, because if all you got were 37 names, you didn't accomplish anything. He agreed. Here's what happened. We tracked him. He closed 26 of the 37. Now, here's the rest of the story that I didn't even know as we tracked his business. This guy had never sold final expense before in his life. He was a Medicare guy, only sold Medicare supplement, only sold Medicare Advantage. The meeting he came to with me was the first time he ever considered offering final expense to his clients. It worked so well for him that he became #1 with the life carrier that year for final expense, but his business exploded. His Medicare clients, his final expense clients became his Medicare clients as well. And so his Medicare business also took off. This really can help you grow your business. It really does work. We also provide you pre-approach letters on how to go back and see your clients. And this letter can be tweaked. I'm just going to use Medicare as an example today, but it says, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, thank you for trusting me with your Medicare needs. Because you're such a valuable client of mine, I would like to offer you a free membership in the Legacy Safeguard. And we have a phone script that goes right along with this letter. It's a great way to get back to your clients, give them a value-added benefit of Legacy Safeguard, and talk to them about final expense. And we already talked about this earlier from LIMRA. 78% of the shoppers will buy it from you if you just present it to them. And now you have a value-added benefit. You can do that. We also have Sorry We Missed You cards, very effective. When you use a referral program, many people will set your appointment. They know why you're coming because they talk to you, their brother, their sister, their neighbor, whoever referred them, but they may have never met you. In this day and age, if you go to the front door of a senior's home and they don't recognize who you are, many times they're not coming to the front door. And so if that happens, pull this card out, put your name at the top, put your cell phone number on it, leave it in the door. Many times when you leave, they're there, they're going to come pull that card out, realize they had the appointment with you, turn around, call your cell phone number, you're in your car 2 or 3 blocks away. Very simple, but very effective. And then we also have lead programs available. Discounted leads, we use Lead Concepts. Normally it's $4.90 per 1,000. You can get a discount mentioning Legacy Safeguard at $4.30 per 1,000, so $60 off those leads. You can call them at 1-800-283-0187. They have all kinds of lead drops they'll show you and talk to you about which one's been effective. They'll walk through the demographics of who you want to mail. Just let them know you're part of Legacy so they give you that discount. We also use a voice lead company as well, $25 a lead. Again, you have to tell them you're with Legacy Safeguard. Otherwise, the cost is $35 a lead. Minimum order is 10 leads. But what they'll do is call people up in the demographic that you want. What they'll do is interview them about final expense. Once they get off the phone, they'll email you that client's information immediately, and then you can call, set the appointment, and really 60% appointment ratio on the first call to these clients. Very effective way as well to go out and see clients regarding final expense. Everything you've seen today is available for you out on Legacy Safeguard University. The online training, the videos, the marketing guides, client marketing pieces, the pre-approach letters, all of it's available out on the university. I would recommend that you go out and register so we can send you that starter kit. When you go out to the university, this is what it looks like. There's a tab up there that says about ordering supplies. Just a quick note about ordering supplies. Those brochures that we use, those are really our most popular item on the kit is the client brochure. If you order 25 or less, we won't charge you for those. We'll send those to you free of charge. All you do is pay for shipping. Anything over 25, we're going to charge you. We're not in the supply business, so whatever the printing cost is what we charge you. So it's like 50 cents a brochure. But anything 25 or less, we'll send them to you at no cost. All you do is pay for shipping. So just remember that when you go out to order them, and you can order those 25 every week. We'll send them to you at no cost. So just make sure you order 25 or less. You want to give yourself a raise this year. Add final expense to what you're doing, because the clients you're seeing in the senior market are buying final expense. It's time they start buying it from you. And so with that, David, I'll turn it back to you and see if we have any questions and let you close it out.
All right, Alan, thank you very much. And as I said at the beginning of this, is pretty exciting because it's not just a product coming at you. It's actually tools to help you get additional sales. We're not saying change anything you're doing currently today. We're just saying, hey, broaden your base, get yourself some additional sales, and here's the tools to do that. With that being said, I wanted to also emphasize, if you were contracted with Mutual already, no big deal. It doesn't even take paperwork. All we have to do is add it to your appointment if you're contracted with us. So it's a very simple, easy process to get involved with this, and tools to help you market a product is hard to come by these days. And here's something that's been laid out, it's been proven, and it gets you additional sales. So I'm excited because these are things that we didn't have access before, that we have access to today, and more to come down the road. With that being said, I'm going to start unmuting people's phone. If you put in the code to be able to talk, we'll be able to ask questions. If we get a bunch of side noise, we'll probably end the call, and then you can email me or call me at the office, and we'll get you started up and get you the materials. So with that being said, I am going through and opening up the line. So if somebody has any questions, we're already picking up some noise, so I'm go through. I've still got a few more to go.
David, as you're doing that, I will add, for anybody that's in the Spanish market, we do have the Legacy Safeguard materials in Spanish. Just let us know that you need those versions, and we'll get those off to you as well.
Awesome. So there's a few of you that I'm having a difficult unmuting, so you might not have put in the pin for that. But with that being said, does anyone out there have a question they'd like to ask right now? Okay. I'm not getting any questions, so at that point, I'd like to say thank you for attending this. If you want to see this again, we did record this webinar, so it will be on our website tomorrow. And just go on to our website, and you can review this webinar again. Alan, I can't thank you enough for taking your time, and I appreciate it. Let's do it again.
Okay, that sounds great, David. Thank you for the opportunity. And certainly if you have any questions, anybody after the webinar, get a hold of David, and he knows how to get a hold of me, and we'll help you get started. Thanks.
All right, thanks, everybody. Have a great day.